Buckle up. For Posterity, the podcast with Aaron-Michael Fox and Eric Crusan is starting now.
You're listening to For Posterity, the podcast with Aaron-Michael Fox and
Eric Crusan.
Woo!
Yay.
We're 20 episodes. We got that finally down. That's right. 20. XX in the thing, the Roman numerals.
2 strikes.
Yep. This episode, we've got a microbrewery this time, local. This is Mountain State Brewing Company. Forgotten where they're from, other than West Virginia. Thomas, West Virginia. This is the Miner's Daughter Oatmeal Stout. So,
The can is not doing it any favors, by the way.
it definitely screams microbrew, doesn't it? I like the little bit that's splashed around the top of the can.
Yeah, it definitely.
Like before you've opened it.
It's a little grimy. You know what? I drank moonshine last week, so I can't really. Who am I?
Yeah, that's right. It's two West Virginia drink episode. Ho, ho, ho. Did you feel that breeze come through?
Yeah, it's fucking cold.
Oh, wow.
I don't gotta put up with that shit much longer.
It's a temperature of 1 downtown.
What's an oatmeal stout?
Exactly what it sounds like. It's made with oatmeal. Barley and hops generally are your mash. Is it mash with beer? Is it still mash? Some home brewer? I know it's mash with moonshine. But generally barley and hops are your main ingredient.
You know how hard it is to read something when you shake as much as I do?
Well, these aren't exceptionally easy to read anyway. The yellow writing on the red can, you really are shaking bad, though.
It's pretty bad today. Put my can down.
Michael J. Fox in the studio with us. Is that your normal shaking, or is that the cold?
It's normal. Sadly, this is.
No, I just
That's why I don't fly planes.
That's the reason.
That's the reason I don't fly planes. I can.
Wait, you can? What does that mean?
I mean, I've never tried, but it doesn't look hard.
I mean, I can.
I can fly a plane. I mean, how hard is it? I have all this sky. As long as I stay off the ground, I'm fine.
That's the main. Yeah, that's
the goal, right?
That's the hang up.
So I figure, oh yeah, I gotta land sometime.
A lot of people can master the top portion. It's that last few inches before you hit the ground where nobody seems to have figured out.
That's why I have
stop.
a co-pilot right here. You got it from here, right?
And we all die together. But no, oatmeal stout. I just looked it up before you asked me. Up to 30% of it is oatmeal with the barley and hops.
Have you tried this yet?
Yeah, I have.
What's the alcohol, does it say?
I don't know. This one I actually didn't get for the ABV. I got this one just to be a good beer.
Oatmeal, roasted barley, and black and chocolate malts.
Yep.
Miner's Daughter Oatmeal Stout.
Yeah. I think they have this on draft at the ale house. If I remember.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
Holy shit.
That
is a lot of flavor for a beer.
Right? If I remember correctly, the oatmeal is sweeter. I
don't taste anything sweeter, just because it's really good flavor. I approve. It's a lot fucking better than moonshine. And I got a show to do tonight, so I don't think I should be having any moonshine.
Bryce is supposed to be here a little later, but he doesn't get off work for a couple hours. So.
He has a job. Weirdo. He didn't know if he was going to make it today because he has to go car shopping.
Oh.
Yeah, look at me buying cars and paying bills and shit.
Yeah, I wish I had those kind of problems.
Fuck that. I'm glad I got oatmeal stout at 3 o'clock problems. I'll take these problems over his problems any day.
All right, I'll drink to that.
To no responsibilities. Woohoo! Civilized bums.
Okay. Actually, a lot of stuff has happened this week. None of it really I care all that much about.
I care about one of them.
Well, yeah. David Bowie died.
That's what I care about.
I figured. I figured it wasn't the State of the Union.
No.
So, you're born in what, 57?
Close. 76.
76, okay. So, now when did Bowie break loose? Because I was born in 84.
Late 60s.
Late 60s. So, what? Really? I was thinking late 70s and then the 80s were really his decade.
The 70s was really his.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Especially the later half of it.
So, I don't know, I got a little different connection to it, I guess. Because they weren't exactly playing David Bowie tunes at my prom. So, I mean,
I don't know what they played at my prom. I didn't go.
I went to 4 proms, I think.
Good Lord, overachieving.
I always seem to be, well, obviously the last 2 years, I mean, I was a junior and senior, so they were my proms. But I think my freshman year I was dating a junior, and my sophomore year I was dating a senior. I think that's how it worked out. I ended up going like all 4 years.
That's too many proms.
Only 3 of them were for my high school, though. One of them was for...
Oh, you were dating somebody from a different high school?
Yeah.
That always works out.
Yeah, it worked out well. Yeah, Amber. She was a little minx.
But I'm old.
I was trying to think, what is the most old-timey thing I could say? A little minx.
Little minx. I don't even know that
And
means.
you gotta say it like that, too, the little minx. With that creepy, kind of 50s
Minx.
pre-sexual liberation when you could say that in the workplace. Oh, you little minx. Like you could say that to your secretary.
Smack her on the ass.
Yeah, just walk in from the elevator.
Thanks for the coffee, toots.
You look fantastic this morning, my little minx.
Any messages?
I don't know why that was.
Yeah, my husband called and said not to do that shit no more. Other than that, your day is open.
Did I show you the Van Heusen Man's World ad I found?
I don't think so.
It's from the early 60s, and the line of ties is actually called Man's World Ties. And the ad shows a man in bed. First off, he's wearing a suit and tie in bed. And
So he had a prostitute.
And the wife, presumably, is serving him breakfast in bed on a tray, and she's on her knees, like, bowing to the bed. And the caption across the ad, the top says, "Show her why it's a man's world."
Wow. That would really fly today.
Yeah. Van Heusen ads, yeah.
Rosie O'Donnell's fat ass would be all over that. I'm not a man yet, so let me tell you what I think about this. Before the nip tuck happens, let me weigh in on this feminism.
I guess it'd be an inverted tuck. In that case, I'm guessing.
They can just bring her in here. It's fucking cold as shit. Everything just.
Still, I'm pretty sure that's the opposite.
Oh yeah, it would.
We're going female to male, presumably.
Then she just have ovaries protected by ribs.
I don't even know what that means, but the mental picture is amazing. Just a Rosie O'Donnell pillow person.
How do we go from David Bowie to fucking Rosie O'Donnell?
As a pillow person.
We were talking about Rosie O'Donnell. I mean, no, we weren't. We were talking about David Bowie. Holy shit. All right, this is going to be a good one. So you weren't really a David Bowie fan, I guess.
Oh, we're back on that.
Yeah.
Well, I got David Bowie primarily secondhand via other artists.
Like covers?
Yeah, Marilyn
Like
Manson. Nirvana.
Anybody else?
Yeah, well, everybody else. So really, I mean, I'm going to put David Bowie kind of on the same level as Lemmy from Motorhead, only I'm going to say, like, in that I discovered it, like, via the covers, and then went back and went, oh, I want to hear the original. And Motorhead's a little higher because I liked the originals a little more. We talked about, I like my music a little rougher, a little more distorted.
Yeah.
And Bowie just has a little too electronic, a little too smooth.
He's changed a lot, though.
There's plenty of them I like, don't get me wrong. Under Pressure is amazing.
Let's Dance.
Yeah, that one's a little...
That's a little bit too much for you.
Yeah, no. that's exactly the David Bowie that I'm like, yeah, you know,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was... Really? That's David Bowie?
I'm pretty sure.
No, I know it is, but I'm saying...
Yeah, I can see where you'd be like, that's not the same.
Like, you're seeing bands on stage...
That's not Under Pressure,
like,
David Bowie.
Yeah, the guitarist is wearing a Black Sabbath t-shirt, the bass player is wearing a David Bowie t-shirt, and then you listen to Let's Dance, and you go, really? That's who that's the same David Bowie. This is not... Maybe one of them's the coonskin cap guy.
My mom introduced me to a lot of stuff early. Like everything. Music, movies, comedy. And now she doesn't like any of that shit.
Really?
Yeah. Like we used to watch horror movies all the
Did she
time.
find religion?
No, she did that a long time ago.
Religion?
She found religion? Let me say something about religion. No. Like we used to watch horror movies all the time and now she doesn't like them. She doesn't listen to a lot of music either, really.
Horror movies have changed, though. Like, are we talking... She used to like modern movies then, and now doesn't like modern movies? Or she doesn't like the same movies?
I don't think she likes the horror movies because there's a lot... They're more graphic now, I think.
Yeah,
more,
I totally agree
intense
with that.
than...
Yeah. There's no way you can
I mean,
compare...
other than The Exorcist, there was nothing really as intense as that.
Yeah. There's no way you can compare Human Centipede
That's just
to
gross.
Psycho. Like,
Yeah. We went from Rosemary's Baby to Saw.
Yeah. Saw is a perfect example. Like, you're not making up anything in your mind. You know what I mean? There's no...
But Saw was a great movie, though. Had the big twist at the end that nobody saw coming. It was great.
I mean, I appreciate the first one. The storytelling
the
in
rest
the
of
first
them
one.
was just... I mean, I watched them, don't get me wrong, but they weren't. Nah. I love horror movies. That's one of my favorite things.
I liked the horror movies, I'm going to say, of my generation, which was like Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer.
See, I like those too.
What's the one where basically death was coming to get the Final Destination?
Final Destination.
Again,
yeah,
the first one
was fucking amazing.
The
second one was good too, though.
The House on Haunted Hill.
That was okay.
But I'm saying that...
Yeah, but those are the kind of movies that were...
Yeah, those were the more psychological that I dug.
I don't know, man. Some classics are still... They hold
Hell,
up.
Wild Things, even though I don't know if it's technically...
a horror movie.
But...
That's porn.
It is. It is. But...
Sometimes I confuse porn with horror movies. I don't know if it's the blood or...
I went to see that with my cousin and my mom.
I don't know if it's the blood or all the screaming, but I get them confused a lot. It's a lot of stabbing in both.
Went to see Wild Things with my cousin and my mom in the theater. And
you saw Wild Things with your mom?
And no, I didn't see the movie. We got to the champagne on the tits and out. Out. That was and that's when we hit the door. We were grabbing our stuff to go at the beginning of that scene. It took us until champagne on the tits to actually hit the door. Like that's when I was leading. Like
get that last peek before they pull it. I think what did it for my mom with horror movies is me and my neighbor. He was my best friend, and we wanted to see. It was supposed to be The Last Nightmare on Elm Street. They had a 3D thing. It was like, all right, we're going to go see that. And my mom was just going to drop us off. And they was like, no, they're too young. You have to stay or they can't go in, and she ended up staying to watch it. She never watched another movie after that. And I don't blame her. That shit was horrible.
Never saw it.
Don't. It's bad.
Oh, well, so anyway, David Bowie, you will not be forgotten.
No, I love David Bowie.
Yeah. All right, story time with AMF, I guess.
Yay! Hope you guys are ready for history lesson.
No, this just
You
happened.
are not going to tell a story that's not a history lesson.
No, this just happened yesterday at Gabe's.
Oh, okay.
Because I just bought new pants. I finally bought some pants that are non.
You bought them at Gabe, so you're like, I'm going to buy new pants, but I'm going to buy new pants. They're going to be fucking defective.
Other than an excessive tightness in the crotch and thigh area, and
Did you not try them on?
yeah, but I mean,
And you were like, great.
yeah,
This feels great with my balls smashed up against my thigh.
I'm still hanging on to this idea that I'm going to lose weight. So I'm buying clothes not quite the size they're supposed to be. How many ashtrays do you need?
Wow.
I
just did that.
You're ashed in the shot glass with three ashtrays, 2 actual ashtrays and trays and a shot glass.
I can't believe I just did that. Because it's not like I'm not going to want a shot here in a minute.
No,
And I'm going to have to wash that out.
yep. Or complain to me about not putting it on the washing mat.
But damn it.
So anyway, you want a shot?
Not now. And ashy shots.
So it'll add. I don't know what it'll add. Some sort of minerals, we'll say. But no, I've been on an all elastic waistband for hell.
Just say sweatpants.
Yeah.
You've been wearing sweatpants for the past year and a half.
I just bought a pair of pants yesterday. It's elastic waistband, but they're not sweatpants. So that's why I'm saying elastic. They're Fat Farm.
They're fat people.
No, they actually left. I have no idea what these jeans are, but they actually left.
Tight.
They still have the label on the other pants that I got. And they've got like a fake fly sewn in it. It's kind of stellar how much detail they put into making these non-real pants look like real pants.
That's what level you're at now?
Yeah.
Illusion pants is what
Yeah.
you're buying?
Yeah, they're cargo sweatpants basically.
You know what these sweatpants need? More denim. Like, I feel like if I can fool people.
Yeah.
So you're wearing maternity clothes is what you're wearing.
That's not a bad design. In all seriousness, this is a section of your body that's designed to expand and contract over the course of the day. Let's put a band of leather that doesn't expand or contract right around that area for style. That's a dumb idea. But anyway.
You know what else is a dumb idea? Illusion sweatpants.
From Fat Farm.
From Fat. That just makes it worse.
So anyway, I got this at Gabe's. And, it's like anything at Gabe's. You can't go looking for what you want. You have to go looking for what they have.
On a side note, this is what I love about Gabe's. They started as Gabriel Brothers.
Yeah.
And nobody called them that.
Yeah.
They just kept calling them Gabe's. So they just fucking did just like the Indians. Like, you know, fuck it, we're Gabe's.
Yeah.
Just change the sign. We'll just be Gabe's now since y'all can't say Gabriel Brothers.
And now I'm hearing more and more people calling it Gabriel Brothers.
They're just like, motherfucker!
We like to make our own name for your company.
What would you like us to be called? We'll put that on the sign. How about that? Come buy our defective clothing and cheap electronics.
Yeah. And housewares.
You can call us whatever
I've got more than a few rugs. I think my dishes and probably one of those, but not one of them, all the blue glasses you like to use are probably Gabe's. But anyway, I had my racism reflex tested at the checkout. And I'm rather proud to say, relatively unracist. In that, there's nobody in the store as soon as I walk in. I think this is a great time to shop here.
I've never been in there when there wasn't a whole bunch of people.
It's always ridiculous. but there's like maybe 10 people.
It literally looks like the whole trailer park said, "Hey,
yeah,
it's time to go to Gabe's."
With a few respectable people mixed in, but lots of sweatpants.
I guess the respectable people were buying dishes.
So I've got Armani there. Armani Exchange at Gabe's. So, I mean...
all they gotta do is fuck up a stitch and you can get it at Gabe's.
So, I mean, and if you're there on the right day when it comes in, bam, you just got Armani for $10. So, anyway, basically, there's 10, 12 people in the store, but we all decide to check out at the same time. And there's this... I'm going to say black family. I don't know if they're a family or not, but it's a woman and 3 guys.
This is a group of black people. I assume they're related.
And I'm coming out of the Fat Farm section. So, I mean, we've crossed paths. I saw them as soon as we walked in. We've been shopping in the same jeans section for the last 45 minutes. And they're like 2 people in front of me in line. And there's 2 registers open, and one of them, something has gone terribly wrong that requires lots of paperwork and managers and all kinds of stuff. We have at least 9 to 10 people check out on the one register while the other woman is still just standing there holding up the line. And plenty of sexist, misogynistic terms are going through my head as I'm mentally insulting the crap out of this woman for holding up the line. And like the last people to check out before she finally gets clear is the black family.
We'll call them the Johnsons.
Yeah, the Johnsons in front of me. And this woman decides she still has to... They're at the checkout. They're already ringing up items, and this woman decides that she still has time to shop through the aisle. You know, the stuff they have hanging on the walk-up. And she
really wants that Wesley Snipes DVD.
She ended up getting like a phone charger or something, and she spent like 5 minutes looking for the right color.
I've been wanting to see Passenger 47 for a long time.
And I'm really proud to say that just in my reflex reaction to all of the horrible names that I was calling her, it was all the same stuff I called the white woman. And never once, even in my internal monologue, dropped the N-bomb.
That's good, I guess.
And it wasn't until, like, on the way I walked out and just let fly with this string of obscenities as soon as I got out of the building. And this guy looked at me. He's got his kid. He's walking up the store. And he looks at me and gives me the shrug. Like, I got my kid here. Yeah. And I swear to God, like, that was I will punch you in front of your kid. I swear to God.
Fuck your kid.
You go wait in that line and tell me you don't come out of here cussing. At least a half hour from the time I got in the line until the time I walked out.
For pants that were bugging you to death.
Yeah, Well, yeah.
I can't believe I spent all that inconvenience so I can come home and be inconvenienced.
Yeah, I spent that time and money for plumber's crack. All right, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about President Obama's last State of the Union speech last night.
Oh, yeah, that happened.
Did you watch it?
No.
No, neither did I.
All right, then. Good segment.
So Donald Trump's in the news again.
Always.
So, I just for being Trump, I don't even know what he's done.
I don't even pay attention anymore. Honestly. There's something wrong with him.
I don't think there is. The longer I'm watching this, I'm starting to think, I'm believing in the conspiracy that the Clintons put him up to this
No, you can look at him and tell there's something wrong with him. Like, you can just look at his eyes and see there's something wrong with him.
I was going to go with his hair, actually.
Well, no, that's he does that on purpose. You can't change his eyes. It's like, you know, you see somebody that has Down syndrome, but not like really bad. Like, you can tell that there's something wrong with them, but you can't put your finger on it. But you know, just by the way they look, they're not right. Okay. That's the same look Donald Trump has. Here's
what's amazing is we were just talking Home Alone 2. You know, he's in Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
And I completely forgot about it until Christmas. I was watching, because, watched Home Alone 2 around Christmas Vacation and so forth. And Macaulay Culkin's walking through the lobby of the hotel, and there goes Trump, shows him where the lobby is, or right down there. Does the little double take and whatnot. And I thought, I got this warm, fuzzy feeling of like, that was before Donald Trump was nuts. That was when Donald Trump was just...
He was just regular. That was before reality TV.
He was a real estate mogul.
That was before he figured out that, hey, I can be on TV all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the star.
I don't have to do cameos in Home Alone movies.
I have my own show now. I can just be crazy all the time. I can show how I really am. I can say the things that I've been thinking forever. How many black people did you see in Home Alone 2? That was the happiest time of my life.
Well, that's the whitest I've ever seen New York. Come to mention it's a Woody Allen movie.
I just want little girls and Jews. I don't want to see anything else in my movie.
It's the whitest I've ever seen Brooklyn.
Oh my God. I'm filming a new movie. I need some background people. I just need little girls and Jews. That's
preferably relatives.
If up for adoption, even better. Call Roman Polanski. I'm sure he has a couple on deck. That's foul. But look, I would not watch Woody Allen movies just for that reason for the longest time, until finally Josh McDonald was like, just watch the movie. And now, like, Annie Hall is one of my favorite movies.
Actually, I don't even have to say actually. You could probably guess I haven't seen hardly any Woody Allen movies.
Yeah, they're not bad. All of them. Some of them are kind of shit. But most of them are pretty good.
It's another one...
But fuck Roman Polanski.
There's so many secondhand impressions, and it's like trying to go back and watch George Burns now, after you've seen so many caricatures and cartoons and parodies and satire and whatnot. It's so hard to watch it in the spirit of like this was cutting edge comedy at one point.
George Burns, like oh god, George Burns?
No, stand up George Burns.
Oh,
I mean, hell, he did stand up for
I know,
60 years. 70, maybe.
I loved him though. Like those movies.
Yeah,
I like those movies a lot. I was like, that's another one of those movies. Mom was like, hey, watch this. She's like, this is George Burns, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
He was on not the Johnny Carson, the Dean Martin roasts. I'm pretty sure.
I have all those actually.
Really?
Yeah. They're fucking hilarious. Don Rickles is a beast.
We're gonna have the roast of Rickles is what's amazing.
Dude,
the best I've ever heard of Don Rickles was his
ever.
Like his little comeback at the end of the roast after they roasted him when he got to roast everybody back. That was the best I've ever seen Don Rickles.
Patrice did the same thing. If you have a chance, look up the roast of Patrice O'Neal. It's just an audio thing. But at the end, he did the exact same thing.
Was it Opie and Anthony roast?
No, just people were there. Like Geraldo was there. Yeah, I don't know where they did it at, but it's just audio. There's no video of it. But then at the end, he just does the same thing Rickles did, and it was fucking amazing.
Nice. I have to break while I get another beer.
All right.
Okay, what you got to talk about?
Bryce looks like he just discovered technology.
Fire bad!
Me learn.
Bryce is here, by the way.
Bryce showed up. Yay!
Hi, Bryce.
Bad news, you didn't get a car.
But I brought moonshine.
But he brought moonshine. Which is probably good that he didn't get a new car because he brought moonshine, and that's counterproductive.
It's the fastest way to turn a new car into an old car that I can think of. Okay, so the recording just dumped out there for a second.
Not that you would have noticed if we didn't say anything.
Yeah, it just stopped recording. 20 episodes now, and it's never done that before. But this is the first time that we've kind of changed the drink in the middle of the episode.
Which is a horrible idea.
Yeah. Last week was the first time we had moonshine on the show at all.
Yeah.
And this week we're switched up in the middle, thanks to Bryce.
Yeah, because we started with the oatmeal stout and whiskey, and now it's moonshine.
Now we're on High Life and moonshine.
And I act like I don't have a show to do in like an hour and a half. Like I have to.
Yeah, Eric's going to be on stage at Black Sheep, first time back this season.
Last
the
time
open mic, not Eric. It's not like Eric got banned or anything. Or I don't know, maybe you did. And I
will. If I drink any more of that shit.
You gotta have at least one more before you go on.
Because first off, I'm rather selfishly looking at this as I want to see Moonshine Eric on stage.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I'm looking
Or
forward.
on stage. I over-grandize on floor.
No, it's the same thing.
I want to see you behind the
don't
mic.
weaken it. There you go. That works. Don't cheapen Black Sheep. It's a good show.
But yeah, I wanna see how the unaged whiskey on top of the aged whiskey works.
It's going to be interesting to say the least. Luckily, this is my last Black Sheep show for a while because I'm going to Florida.
Luckily for Black Sheep.
Yeah, luckily for them. Like this, I might just whip my dick out and piss on whoever's in front of me. While I sing "I Believe I Can Fly," like that would be my whole set. I just sing "I Believe I Can Fly" while I piss on the bitch in the front row.
Not only can I assure that will be your last open mic at Black Sheep, that might be the end of open mic night at Black Sheep. Because that's probably the end of their liquor license.
No, you don't just be like, don't let that nigga back in the door. I don't care if he's spectating. Like, I don't want to see him looking through the window.
I remember at the Funny Bone, Adam Hunter was the headliner. And we had a girl in the crowd who had just got a fresh set of boobs and was really excited about them. And just stood up out of the audience and flashed everybody, which was great.
Okay, that's acceptable,
Yeah.
I think.
And then Adam pulls her up on stage and says, "Why don't you come up here and really show everybody in the lights and everything?" And I have to go running from the sound booth down, and I just grab her to keep her off stage. I'm like, "No!" And I'm getting booed. Every male in the crowd is booing, and half the girls are booing and hissing and all this. I'm like, "I'm sorry, our liquor license is not worth your erection."
That's how you become gay in the media.
Yeah. Because that's the weird thing. I don't know if it's just West Virginia or if that's the way it is everywhere. But, to show your boobs from the crowd, fine. Go on stage to show your boobs, all of a sudden we're a strip club now. And
we're serving drinks and
I'm
chicken strips.
Yeah. With no running water.
Carousel club.
I remember standing in front of the stage.
I love that the Funny Bone was 2 steps up from the Carousel club.
I'm trying to yell and trying to reason with a crowd. You might as well try to reason with a dog or a house cat to try to stand there and say, "We're not zoned for titties. I'm sorry. We're not zoned as a strip club."
Circle/titties. No titties at the Funny Bone.
Yeah.
It's not Hooters for crying out loud.
Is what it is.
It really was just Hooters with a stage.
It really was. It really was. And slightly more clothing on the servers. Slightly.
Yeah, they all dressed like they were serving dinner at a prom. They were just... They looked horrible. Whose idea was that?
That's Funny Bone standard. All black with the loosened tie.
Oh, God, it was horrible.
We even had a drink called the loosened tie. You remember that?
Everybody that served me, I felt like was going to quit in 5 minutes. I didn't know if I should leave a tip if they was going to be there at the end of the shift to get it. Because everybody just act like this is it, man. You're my last customer.
And they probably were genuine in that.
That's how I felt every time I went there. What kind of drink do you want? Whatever.
Yeah, everybody or not everybody, but most people that worked there had been there, had survived multiple general managers and whatnot. So it was kind of we're probably going to be closed tomorrow.
Yeah, that's it. That's the vibe I got every time I went there.
That was the first time you and I met. That was the really.
Yeah, that was.
For the listening audience, go ahead and Give us your perspective on it.
This is how mine and AMF's relationship started. Like, I had just started doing the open mics at the Funny Bone, which was
at
closing.
the end times.
Yeah, which was closing. I didn't know it was closing. I was like, yeah, this is awesome. I'm finally doing it.
We saw the rapture coming as staff.
So he's standing outside the sound booth, and I don't remember exactly what happens, but I made a joke. And he just looked at me. He just looked at me in that fucking AMF. You know that face that he gets whenever you see him awake? And he just looks at me with that face and he goes, "Really?" And you have to understand, he just cut his hair. So now he looks exactly like that fucking asshole.
Yeah, now I just cut my hair.
He just cut his hair, so now he looks exactly like he did 5 years ago, standing outside that sound booth saying, "Really?"
It's amazing because I cut
He looks
my
like
hair.
Kirk Cameron hungover.
I cut it. I did not get a haircut. I cut it. I went full flaky artist and just went, nah, you know what? I'm gonna cut it off.
He went the stupor cuts. He got up the next morning like, I'm cutting my hair. Fuck this headache. Stupor cuts.
Yeah, and I remember looking in the mirror when it started to nebulize.
He got a Jew-fro right now.
Into what this cut is now. That I realized this is exactly the same cut I had when the Funny Bone closed. So basically, this is 4 years of
It's
mental
a little
illness.
longer in the back. Like,
4 years of mental illness and weight gain.
Picture how AMF used to look at the Funny Bone at the very end.
And add
cheeks.
60 pounds.
Add cheeks like he's saving up for the winter. And then, but the back of his hair is still a little bit long. It still has that duck butt thing going.
The part that I couldn't see when I was cutting it.
It looks like a duck butt. He's got the duck butt thing going.
Duck tails, bird.
Every time he turns to the side, and my hands go doom 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 doom. Life is like a hurricane. I get the DuckTales song stuck in my head. Every time he looks to the right, I just hope he jumps into a pit of coins.